Hey everybody, Spacious here, and today I'm going to show you how to boost in the slave pens on a prot paladin, just like a mage. So first things first, I'm using avoidance gear to achieve this. I'm at about 96% avoidance, and this boost is extremely gear dependent because we're going to be tanking about 50 elite mobs. So if you don't have a similar level of avoidance, I probably wouldn't try this, at least not this version. There is a way to do it with high spell power where you just kite the mobs and you don't actually take any hits. But in this version, I'm actually tanking all 50 mobs. So if you don't have high avoidance, do not try this. You're just going to die and waste your time. But what we need to do first here is we got to run into the dungeon. And we're going to actually kill 2 defenders that stand by the tunnel. So if you pull anything during this part, it's okay because there's a nice little reset spot on the right side of the tunnel. You just hop up onto the ledge and you wait for the mobs to reset. And it's not going to be a big deal. But we need to kill these defenders because they have a stun ability, and if they use that stun ability on us during the kill phase when we're tanking all the mobs, we're going to die basically instantly, so we have to get them down. It's not a huge deal because there is a nice little trick you can use to teleport to the start. After you kill them, you just hop in the water and you log out, which is what we're going to do. And this whole little part here where you kill these defenders just takes about 3 minutes, and the rest of the pull takes about 8 minutes. So in total, it's only 11 minutes for the whole boost. So that's pretty good, and it's not really a big deal to kill these defenders right here at the start because the total time is nothing. So we're just going to do that really quick, and then we're going to hop in the water and log out, and then I'll show you the rest of the pull. Okay, so here we are back at the start. We're just going to put our avoidance gear on and get some mana, and we're going to start our pull. So the pull itself is basically the same as a mage. So if you're familiar with the mage version, then this is already going to be pretty easy for you. We're just going to start by pulling these bog strokes in the first room here. I like to put Consecrate down in their path so they run into it, and I can get a little bit of distance on them. And distance is important because we don't have blink, so any amount of distance we can create between the pull and ourselves is going to be very helpful because we don't want to take too much damage while we're doing the pull. So I just hodged this left side champion here again to create distance, and as we run forward here, we're going to use a grenade to pull the back bog strokes, and we're going to use mana tap to pull the nagas on the right. So if you don't have these ranged pulls, 1, I recommend you get an engineering. And 2, if you don't have mana tap, then I'm sorry, you're just going to probably have to run up and use judgment. There's really no other way around it. Paladins don't have too many ranged pulls, so unfortunately for you human paladins, that's kind of just what it is. So now we're going to run over here, pull these bog strokes, get the ones in the back, and we're going to make our way towards the tunnel. At any point the mobs are close to you, make sure you do your best to run the sideways so that you can still dodge, block, and parry to kind of minimize the amount of damage you're taking when you're doing this pull. Also, as you come through the tunnel here, pull the group on the left. I do it with a mana tap, and start kiting around the edge of the room. This part right here gets a little sketchy, but as long as you're running sideways, you should be okay. The only really difficult part is coming up right here. As we get to this back corner, everything's going to start converging on you and spamming spells at you. So make sure that you keep up freedom here and you spam dispels on yourself, because if you get slowed or rooted right there, it's going to be really bad for you and you're probably going to die. This is really the only hard part of the pull, is this part right here. If you can get through this, then the rest is going to be really easy. So your main goal here is to kite around the room, pull all these mobs, and try to get back up on the ledge. Once you get on the ledge, you're in the safe zone. Right here at this point, you can either bubble or you can try and go up here without bubble. Most of the time I bubble, but in this run in particular, I managed to do it without it. And that'll actually enable me to use bubble as a offensive cooldown later on. But most of the time I just bubble, and it's perfectly fine. So if you have to, don't worry about it. If you don't, then great. That's just, an extra little bonus for you. So when you're up here, you're just going to have to wait for these mobs to run to you. You don't really have to heal up because we're going to use Colossus right away, so just try and conserve your mana. Also, I recommend you bring major mana potions. You can get them for super cheap, and they're really essential to making sure you can pull this off consistently. So highly recommend you bring those. But right now what we need to do is we need to kill this Coilfang Ray. He has a nasty little fear, And if he gets that fear off on us, then we're probably going to die. So what I do is I just use a target macro. It's just /tar Coilfang Ray. And we just target him first, and we try and burst him down. So I pop Wings, Colossus, Consecrate, and then I actually judge him with Wisdom and use Seal of Righteousness to get him down even faster. Because we have so much parry haste, you can actually see my swing timer there. It just goes nuts when you have this many mobs on you. So you can really take him down super quickly. Once we get him down and all of our cooldowns have kind of faded away, you'll be taking a lot of damage here just from Rain of Fire. So I like to jump down every now and then and kind of let the mobs reset. That way, not all of them are casting Rain of Fire all at once. So you'll kind of have to do this throughout the kill phase here. You'll jump up, you'll drop some Consecrates, you'll tank them, get some mana, do what you can as far as damage goes. And then you'll have to hop down when you see that Rain of Fire is doing too much damage to you. I also recommend that anytime you're tanking the mobs without Colossus up, you swap over to Fire Resist Aura. It can allow you to stay on the ledge for a bit longer, and that really will bring your kill time down. You can see I'm also able to pop bubble here and just sit here with Consecration down, which really helps. But of course, you're not always going to have that available. So if you don't, then just go ahead and juggle the mobs back and forth and tank them when you can, and then hop off when you're taking too much damage. Basically, you're just going to do this until you have Colossus back up. And once you do, you can go for your second round of burst. And by then, you should pretty much have everything down. So in summary, you just pull everything, hop on the ledge, tank it with Colossus, juggle them until Colossus is off cooldown again, and then go for the kill. It's a pretty super simple kill phase, and it's really fun to pull off. And it's also really viable to sell these boosts at the same rate that a mage would, because it's basically the same time and it's the same amount of mobs, so why not? You can sell these for about 25 gold per run. That's what they go for on my server. So, you know, with 3 people, you're looking at, 300 to 400 gold per hour with like four resets. So not bad at all. And that's pretty much it. So as you can see, we're killing 51 mobs, which is pretty standard Slave Pen's boost. And we did it in about 11 minutes. And that includes killing the 2 defenders. That includes logging out and resetting. So it took about 11 minutes to do the whole thing. So pretty good. That's pretty much going to be it, guys. So there you go. That's how to Slave Pen's boost on a Paladin, just like a mage. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out, and I want to go for 10,000 subs by the end of 2022. I don't know why 10,000. I just came up with that number right now. But that's what I'm going for. By the end of the year, I want to see 10,000 subs on this channel. So help me reach my goal, and it'll help you because you won't be missing my future amazing content. So there you go. Just give it a click, and that'll be it. So thank you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.